All right, ladies and gentlemen, as predicted, as advertised, Khamzat Chimaev wins, even more dominantly than anyone. I mean, not that anyone could have predicted, because you could definitely see this being a scenario, but more dominantly than I predicted. I thought if he was going to win dominantly, it would be because of a finish. But he won in a fashion that's almost more dominant. 5 rounds straight. Takedown after takedown after takedown after minute after minute after minute of control time. 21 minutes of control time. 21 in a championship fight. This may be the most dominant championship performance we've ever seen. There's been dominant champions over contender fights, but this may be the most dominant crowning moment where the contender takes it from the champion. You know, some other ones that would rival this that I would bring up would be Usman over Tyron Woodley was very dominant. That's the one that comes to my mind right now, but this is the most dominant I've ever seen. This in the moment right now, I say this is the most dominant performance I've ever seen. The scores across the board, 50-44 from all 3 judges. Unanimous decision. They give him 2 10-8s. I'm not even kidding. There were points in this fight where I was thinking, is this gonna be the first 50-40? Have we ever seen a 50-40? Is he gonna 10-8 him every round? Because he takes him down in the first 15 seconds and he never gets up. And he's landing strikes and he's transitioning to his back and he's threading submissions. He's getting in crucifix multiple times. In my opinion, I think that he could have honestly had 2 or 3 or 4 10-8. I mean, they only gave him 1, but it could have been more. I think if I was myself scoring it and I was not, getting lost in the, the not, I wouldn't even say nostalgia, but just like getting caught up in the moment, and I really objectively scored it, I'd probably say 50-43. I'd probably give him 3 10-8s. Oof. Absolute domination. This was your king. This was your moving up the middleweight GOAT ranks. This is what some people were saying was becoming the 3rd greatest middleweight of all time. They said he's getting close to, will he pass Izzy's legacy? Guys, he could do nothing. I think throughout the first 4 rounds, he had 1 significant strike. He had some moments in the 5th round. He was able to reverse some stuff. Khamzat let him strike a little bit. He did reverse a takedown and then immediately went for a guillotine and then ended up right back on his back. He reverses, gets on top, and then pulls a submission that makes him go back on his back. You give up your back. Again, what are we doing? I mean, the fight was over, but Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. You're trying to make something happen when you're that desperate, you go for it. But I think he would have been better out trying to stay on the top and land some ground and pound. That you're not going to submit Khamzat, man. You're not. And now Khamzat becomes the champion that he should have been years and years ago. Like I told everybody, the way we look at Tom Aspinall right now, the way we look at Ilia Topuria, the faces of the new division, or the way we look at Tom Aspinall, the way we look at Ilia Topuria, the faces of this new generation, this was what Khamzat was 3-4 years ago. Khamzat was next up for a title shot 3 years ago in 2022 in a whole different division. This man climbed all the way up to the title shot and then just leaves the division. He beats the number 2 guy at 170 in 2022. Never gets the shot. Moves up to 185. Runs through that division. Wins the title in the most dominant fashion you've ever seen. And now who beats him? And now what is the ceiling on his career? 2 division champ? Because I think he could have won it at 170. I think he already could have won it. If he would have stayed on the straight and narrow at the 170 and not missed weight that one time and not, gotten sick and had all those, crazy moments, he could have been the 170 champ already. Then moved up to 185, became champ again like he just did, and then 205. If Alex Pereira was the 205 champion right now and Khamzat wants to go up after doing that to DDP, you don't think he can come on. You don't think that he can grapple Alex Pereira after he just did that to DDP? I mean, 3 division champion is not as far as we think. I can't even talk right now. Guys, it only sounds crazy until somebody does it. Khamzat Chimaev, face of the UFC. Ilia Topuria, face of the UFC. Tom Aspinall, face of the UFC. This is the 3-headed monster that will take the UFC into this Paramount era. And I think Khamzat Chimaev could be the biggest of them all. Because I think he has a style that's the most conducive to not losing. Because when he takes you down and holds you down for 21 minutes, it's a little hard for you to have a chance. Ilia Topuria will stand with you. He could get caught. Tom Aspinall stands with you. Tom Aspinall leaves his chin in the air. Tom Aspinall gets caught. Those guys could get knocked out. Those guys could get caught. The way Khamzat fights, he demoralizes you in a way that you don't even have a chance. Maybe someone could gas him out, but that was the theory today, that DDP was going to gas him out. And I was thinking that when he's constantly taking him down in those first 2-3 rounds, I'm thinking, okay, maybe DDP is banking on turning it up in the 4th and 5th. But when it comes to turning up in the 4th and 5th, you got to make him work in 1, 2, and 3. And DDP was not doing that. Khamzat is not going to gas out if he's just laying on top of you, landing strikes. If you're not trying to fight out of it, if you're not forcing him to take you back down, if you're not forcing him to strike a little bit, if you're not forcing him to, transition different positions on the ground, if you're not forcing him to do that, he ain't going to be tired. He could do that all day. He can take you down, lay on you, take your back, throw some strikes, flip you over, threaten a submission. He can do that all day. The times where he gets tired is where you're getting taken down, then you get back up, then you're in the clinch, then you're throwing some punches, then you land some strikes on him, he lands some strikes on you, you hit him in the body. That's going to wear on him and make him tired in the 4th and 5th round. But if he can just take you down and hold you there, he ain't going to get tired. Yeah, if he got you in a crucifix, you're tiring out more than he is. We saw him on the bottom bucking to get out of the crucifix. DDP, that's tiring you more than him. Accepting these positions is not going to make him tired. And I think that guys don't think about this. Oh, I'll just I'll just let him take me down and then 4th and 5th round. But 4th and 5th round, he can't survive. We saw him get tired, but guys, he was striking against Gilbert Burns. He was striking against Usman. If he's taking you down in the first 10 seconds of every round, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. Yes, Gilbert has a good guard to fight off his back. Gilbert can stay out of positions like crucifix where it doesn't require energy. If you're in his guard, if you're threatening submissions off your back, if you're, shrimping and getting up, he has to work. Who in the 185 division is a threat off their back like Gilbert Burns? Just let me know. I don't know any. Y'all think RDR is going to submit him off his back? Y'all think Kyle Baralho is going to submit him off his back? Y'all think Imavov is going to submit him off his back? Y'all think Strickland. Oh, Strickland. Oh, God. Strickland wants to run his mouth. Put him in there with Khamzat. Oh. Put Strickland in there with Khamzat. Oh my God. If you want to get rid of Strickland, put him in there with him. Put him in there with this animal. I don't even know what else I could say, but this guy is one of the face of the UFC. Maybe the biggest one of them all. And he was the uncrowned champ for all these years, in my opinion. If you talk about what Ilia Topuria is right now, pulling millions of views, crossover appeal, aura, scary aura, beating legends, finishing people in a way that you've never seen them finished. Khamzat's been doing that for a while, bro. It just took him a little longer to finally get a belt around his waist to validate it. But now it's his era. You said Kayla Harrison's the tail. They're the faces and she's the tail. She's a little older. I think she's a little older than them. So Kayla got in the UFC a little late. So I wouldn't say that she's the face of the next generation. I think she's in her mid to late 30s. So it's hard to say she's the new generation. But, and also she's got Amanda Nunes on the way. So, holy. Anyway, moving on with the card, we have Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. My God, guys. Aaron Pico's coming out fighting great, doing exactly what we thought he would do. Landing the left hook to the body, walking Lerone Murphy down, taking him down, dominant in the grappling, dominant in the striking, looking great, looking like PFL/Bellator is finally going to have a guy come in and make a real run to legitimize the company. And then, my God, Lerone Murphy spinning elbow, 321 of round one, knocks him, puts him out cold. And this is the thing with Aaron Pico. He's been knocked out before, man. He gets a little overzealous and is not the most defensively sound, and he can get caught, and he loses, bro. It sucks for him because he was fighting so well. He's 28 years of age. This is the time. This is the time to make a push. The time where he could have been joining that, next face of the UFC discussion. But he gets put out cold by 34-year-old Lerone Murphy, and Lerone Murphy is headed up for a title shot with Alexander Volkanovski. Not much to discuss with this fight. It was pretty much one-way traffic for Pico, then he got caught. Great job for Lerone Murphy. I think that the Volk fight, like when you guys brought it up earlier, it's a good fight, but it does have potential to be, it could be boring. People don't love the style of Lerone Murphy. Volk is, Volk is Volk. But if a guy is not threatening him with anything, I don't think that Volk is going to just walk him down and just sleep him. He's not like Alex Pereira. He's not like that type of guy. I think it could be Volkanovski styles on him for 5 rounds, or both of them just fight on the outside and have a very high level technical fight, which is enjoyable for a certain audience like me. I would probably enjoy that, but for the general consensus of fans, it could end up being, not the most fan friendly fight. Or Lerone Murphy could, after getting this knockout today, feel like he's that man and start walking people down and come in there versus Volk like he's really an aggressive finisher. And then that could really make for a great fight. But I would definitely favor Volk early. I'm reading the chat. Yeah, Mosar gets skipped, bro. This is just a story of a lot of these guys' lives. The story of Khamzat, the story of Marab, the story of even Islam. They get passed on for a title for so long that by the time they get to the title, they're going to be damn near fought everybody. Mopsar is going to have to fight the whole division before he gets a shot. Then if he does become champ, it's going to be like number 1 contender, oh, he already beat him. Number 2 contender, oh, he already beat him. Number 3 contender, oh, he already beat him. Number 4 contender, oh, he already beat him. Like, damn, who's left? Who's left? I don't know, man. I don't know. You said, get out of here. Islam got a title shot off Bobby Green. Islam in his run up to the title, had to get on a 9-fight win streak before he got the title shot? And they say that, and then they also say, what do they say? That he beat, what was his last fight? Moicano. Guys, he was supposed to fight RDA. He was supposed to fight Saryukian. When they pull out, what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? You beat the person in front of you. But that's besides the point. You're getting me off topic. Let's keep moving down the card. Carlos Prates defeats Jeff Neal. Spinning back elbow at the end of round 1. I think Jeff Neal was doing well. Jeff Neal was definitely, of the two, the more boxing heavy. Prates was starting to mix in more kicks and knees, and I think that's when he started having more success. Earlier in the round, they were going strike for strike, more of the hands. Jeff Neal was having some success. Jeff Neal was coming forward more, where Prates was more on the back foot. But he started countering with knees, kicks, long-range strikes. And then he started to, kind of even it out or take over in the second half of that round. And then as time expires, catches him with a clean spinning back elbow. 2 in a row. We were all so amazed by the Prates one, and then the Lerone Murphy one just outdid him minutes later. Carlos Prates, I saw MVP called him out and said, if you want to fight in Brazil, I'm your guy. I'm your Huckleberry. I think that's a great fight at 170. And moving on right to Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. MVP looks great, man. MVP looks great. 29-28 on all 3 scorecards. The third round, Jared Cannonier was able to score some takedowns and nullify the style of Michael Venom Page for just a bit. Nullify the striking, nullify the speed that he was getting styled on in those first 2 rounds. And this is kind of what I bet. I thought that he would style on him and go to a decision. He hasn't been able to get finishes in the UFC, the viral finishes that he was getting in Bellator, but he still is able to impose that same style and use it to lead to decisions. Guys still can't hit him. Guys still can't catch him. And he's now got 3 wins in the UFC. More UFC wins than Michael Chandler. And Chandler's been here 5 years. Michael Venom Page, who y'all said was a gimmick fighter, who y'all said was a can crusher, has more UFC wins than Michael Chandler. And he's only been here, 2 years now? I don't know, man. I don't even know if there's any Chandler fans left, but I just want y'all to take a long look in the mirror and think about the fact that MVP has more UFC wins than Michael Chandler already. Chandler's UFC wins. No, I'm not even, you know what? This is not about Chandler. This is about UFC 319. Michael Venom Page looked great. Drops Jared Cannonier in the first round. Drops Cannonier in the second round. Talking to him. Hands down. No care in the world. I think maybe a younger Cannonier might be able to land on him and make it more interesting in the stand-up, but he's never been a super fast guy. So the fact that he wasn't able to hit him, not surprised. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. And then to end off this main card, my upset of the night, plus 240 odds, Tim Elliott cashes in, defeats Kai Asakura by submission. I saw in that Pantoja fight, Kai Asakura, the weakness of grappling is just too blaring for me to pass up. It's too blaring for me to give him those odds against someone as experienced, as, gritty, and as tough as Tim Elliott. You ain't going to knock Tim Elliott out with one strike. Tim Elliott's fought the best of the best. Tim Elliott's fought Demetrius Johnson. Tim Elliott's been in the UFC for, I'd say, definitely over 10 years by now. Who's knocked him out with one punch? Who's been able to knock Tim Elliott out with one punch? So to even put those odds on Kai Asakura where you think that he's going to win by knockout, or you think that he's going to dominate in the striking, you think he's going to be able to hurt Tim Elliott consistently. Nah. Eventually, Tim Elliott's going to get a hold of him. Eventually, they're going to end up in the clinch. They're going to end up in a grappling exchange, and that weakness is going to be exposed. And damn it was. Submits him. Mounted guillotine. Kai tried to fight it as much as he could, but that shit was locked in for about 10 to 15 seconds. He had no choice other than tap or nap. He taps out probably a couple seconds before he's going to go out cold. And, yeah. Kai Asakura won the first round, but I knew it was a matter of time before Tim Elliott was able to impose that game plan on him. Tim Elliott's also a big 125er. He fought at 135 as well. So, not surprised by that one. Cashed in some money on that one. Prelims, a couple exciting things on the prelims. We know Susakayev wins against Eric Nolan. I think he didn't look as dominant as we thought he would. He did get caught. He got hurt in the first round. I think Eric Nolan actually won the first round on all three scorecards. So wins the fight, but not as, Khamzat's talking about, oh, he's better than me. You're going to see. Slow your roll, brother. Slow your roll. Not as dominant as we thought, but he gets the win. Solid win. Michael Oleksiejczuk in his best performance probably of his career. Knocks out Jared Mearshart, GM3 by TKO first round. Lupe Godinez defeats Jessica Andrade by unanimous decision. I didn't even watch that fight. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one. How'd she get it done? Was it impressive, guys? Let me know if you even care. If you even care. But Alexander Hernandez knocks out Chase Hooper, the day drinking Don, the son of Cowboy Cerrone, gets it done. Hey, when I saw those odds, I was a little bit surprised. They were given like plus 200 odds. I thought that was the second biggest underdog that you could look into on this card. I said, I like Chase Hooper. He's looked promising in the past, but y'all must have forgot Alexander Hernandez is a young, promising guy as well, and he's fought better competition. He's knocked out Beneil Dariush. He lost, but yes, he fought Cowboy, bro. He has fought high-level competition, and he gets it done and proves he is just on another level. Jakar Close beats Edson Barboza. I think this should be the end for Barboza. Respectfully, I think this should be the end for Barboza. And that's about all I got to comment on this card. It was a great night of fights, man. Exciting. Chicago showed up. They were booing in the main event, which I love. I think Khamzat should lean into that heel, go full heel. I wish he would have gotten the mic and just shit on the crowd like he was against Kevin Holland when he missed weight and everybody was so mad at him. I think he does well in that heel role. He does well, man. He does well. I'm reading the comments. He said that was an insane performance from Khamzat. I mean, really boring, but no one really had a title fight performance like that in a while. Last time I could think a challenger steamroller champ like that was Dillashaw versus Burrell. Yeah, Dillashaw ran through Burrell twice. But yeah, this is the most dominant title performance I think I've ever seen. For a contender to take the belt off of the champion, this was probably the most dominant. The other ones that come to mind, like you said, Dillashaw, Burrell, Usman when he took it off, Tyron Woodley. Those are just a couple that come to mind, but nobody has 50. They said 50-44. Should have been 50-43. Could have been 50-42. 50-40. I don't even know. But 21 minutes of control time. Not even competitive for a moment. Not a moment of Khamzat being in trouble. Not a moment of Khamzat looking like he could lose, looking like he was tired, looking like he was worried about anything Dricus had to offer. Absolute domination. And I think he's going to wear his belt for quite a while. And I think the idea of a 3-division champ is not looking as crazy as we once thought. Boars, the Wolf, the face of this next generation. My shirt didn't come in time, so I made one my damn self. This dude right here is different. Appreciate y'all for coming through the stream. Let me know what you think. This is going to go up on YouTube. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all thought about the fight. Let me know what y'all think is next for Khamzat. Let me know if you think he can be a 3-division champ, because I don't think it's as crazy as we thought it once was. Appreciate y'all. Drickus couldn't do anything about it. Haven't seen a fighter so miserable like that since Kane versus JDS. Yeah. Hey, man. Absolute mauling. Khabib did that to some people. Khabib did that to some people, but not in title fights. Khabib never mauled nobody like that in a title fight. He mauled Conor, but Conor had moments in the third round a little bit. Khabib let him stand up and fight like that. But Khabib's done that to some guys. Khabib versus Edson Barbosa was like that. Khabib versus who else did he do that to? He's done that to a couple guys. But the Barbosa one is the one that comes to mind when it comes to just an absolute mauling. You'd say make Fluffy versus Khamzat next. I think he's probably the most deserving. Coming off that last performance, you could give it to Fluffy, you could give it to RDR, or you could give it to the winner of Imavov versus Kyle Barrio. I hate saying that name, bro. Kyle. I think Imavov wins that one. If it's dominant fashion or impressive fashion, maybe he gets the shot because he is the highest ranked of the three. But yeah, any of them get the shot, I'm picking Khamzat. So regardless, I think Khamzat holds the belt for quite a while. Thank you guys for coming through. That's gonna be the stream. Make sure y'all check in, like,